I'm always striving to live a happier and healthier life and to be a better person. But over the last year, I had such an insane amount of growth, and I want to share a lot of the lessons that I've learned and the things that I am taking now moving forward that could totally transform your life, that helped me to go from debt to having hundreds of thousands of dollars, to working on becoming a millionaire in 35 years, to feeling happy, to feeling healthy, to getting stronger. All of these things I want to share with you, and I hope it's helpful. All right, the first thing is to prioritize yourself. You have to prioritize yourself. You have to fill your cup. I have a saying, to fill your cup to fill other people up. If you are not taking time to have your daily vitamins, like Jesse Itzler says, they're not actually vitamins, but they're like vitamins because they make you feel good. And so, for example, if I want to take care of myself, maybe my vitamin would be that I work out daily. Maybe I take 15 minutes or 30 minutes to read because that makes me feel good and that fills my mind positively. Maybe I spend a certain amount of time with my son. What are those vitamins for you? And you want to prioritize yourself and your time and actually schedule it out in the calendar. I know for me, I don't have a lot of extracurricular activities anymore. I really broke all that down and I started working more on business and creation and content and service, and then spending time with my family and exercise. But exercise is actually an extracurricular, or it is a scheduled out thing. And so you could say, oh, it's just a workout, I'll skip it. But no, act like it is an organized sport that you can't miss. You wouldn't miss necessarily a practice for a team because you let them down, and that is just scheduled. And so act like it. Say, no, this is my workout. This is when I work out, and prioritize yourself. Because when you prioritize yourself, when you prioritize the things that matter most to you, then you are going to fill your cup and you're going to be able to do more in your life, and you're going to enjoy your life more. Jesse talks about when he maybe has to go to a 4-hour softball game for his daughter. He loves his daughter. He wants to support his daughter. But it's a lot easier to do that when he's already gone for a run or done something for himself first. Determine what you want. This has helped me so much in my life, is deciding what I actually want and then going for it. You can't know where you're going to go, or you're going to just go on this random path in life if you don't actually know what you want. So really get clear and specific on all aspects of your life. Like, how do you want to feel? How do you want your ideal day to look like? Like, do that exercise, maybe write it down and start writing out, what do you want your ideal day to look like? You have to design it and be intentional. And you really have to determine what you actually want. It's going to be different than other people, and that's okay. What do you actually want? And then you can figure out the actions that would be required to achieve that. Be ruthless for your goals and what you want. Especially if you have this big goal or you want to transform your life, you have to set everything else aside and determine what are your main values right now, and then go for it. So I've had to say, hey, my main priorities is my core family, and then figuring this stuff out. And then I have my regular job to teach and to be a good teacher and to show up and to do well there. And then my main focus one at a time is building content, is trying to get better, trying to learn, trying to figure out how I can help more people and serve. And that's where I'm pouring my energy into. Those 3 things, and then plus trying to take care of myself. And so I don't have a lot of extra time, energy, or bandwidth for other things right now. And that's okay. In my opinion, that's okay. Because if you look and you ask your 85-year-old self, would I rather have said yes to everything and everyone else and abandoned my family to take care of them, abandoned my goals and what I want to do to impact other people, and ultimately it'll change my life as well? Like, is that really what I want? And so I have to sacrifice. In life, and my mentors have said, you have to set sacrifices in order to achieve what you want. And a lot of people, it's not what you're willing to do, it's what you're willing not to do. And a lot of times in my life, it's the things I don't do that is actually helping me, right? It's not drinking, it's not smoking, it's not doing this, not saying yes to everything, right? You have to really get focused and be able to say no and be able to prioritize what you want in this season. Maybe it's not forever. It probably isn't exactly forever. But right now, what do you really need to get ruthless on and say yes to in order to create the life that you're trying to get to? Be intentional, schedule, create, communicate, and make it happen. So now when you know what you want to do, you have to get super intentional. You have to write it down. You can make a planner days in advance. I know my favorite thing to do is just making a plan the night before. I have a basic idea of what I need to do every day or weekly or monthly for our family, but also for myself and my goals. And so then I'm able to map out a plan, and I'm able to the night before write everything I need to do, and I block it out. Okay, I have these things to do, but I need to get this done, and this is when I'm going to get it done, and at this time I'm going to do this, and then I'm able to check it off and achieve what I actually want. So if you know what you want, you actually have to plan it. If I know I want to get healthy, and I know after pregnancy and COVID, and I just hadn't weight lifted or done as much exercise as I was used to, and so my body was a little bit more sore or in pain and weaker, and so I had to say, hey, I got to get to the gym, I got to get to PT, I got to do those things. And so I had to put it in the schedule, and I communicated. My husband and I are awesome about doing these like weekly meetings, and every Sunday or Saturday, typically Sunday, we will actually talk and sit down and write out everything we need to do, and we'll talk about each day and each person's responsibilities and time together and time for each of our goals and our goals as a family, all that stuff. And so we're on the same page, and we're able to run through the week smoothly. And so I really encourage you to get intentional, schedule things, communicate with your partner, communicate with people in your life, and then you're able to just follow the script. Team. The people around you are critical. I'm so introverted, and I get my energy by recharging by myself. Sometimes if I'm around too many people, going around more people is not energizing. It can be draining. And so I love people, but I also need that time by myself, right? And so just because you're introverted, or even if you're not, you do need a team. Right? I have a lot of things that I've outsourced. I haven't really done a lot of grocery shopping. My husband actually does that. You could also get grocery delivery if that works for you. Or I have this one store that is super convenient. I just pop right off. I grab something on certain days of the week or a specific day, and I'll get out. But there's a lot of things that you have to get intentional on. If you have a goal, or if you have limited time and energy, you have to outsource things. You have to delegate things. You have to say no to certain things. You also could hire people. A lot of businesses and people and successful people, they hire people. And a lot of times this is a principle from rich and wealthy people. They don't spend their time to save money. They spend their money to save time. Let me say that again. They don't spend their time to save money. They spend their money to save time. So they don't just go drive 30 extra minutes or an hour to save 20 cents on gas. They don't go spend 5 hours doing something when they could have someone else do it in 2 hours. So you spend that money, and you have to give yourself an hourly rate. Like, is your time worth $50 an hour, 25, 100? What is that worth? And then where can you outsource and delegate things? It will truly transform your life, because one of the best things is being able to have time and energy. I highly value having time and energy. And so I've really figured out, how can I get more of that? Automate, delegate, and outsource. So we talked kind of about outsourcing, and maybe you can outsource video editing. I've done that a couple times. I still haven't fully committed to that, but I know that's an area where I could grow. Or outsourcing grocery shopping or cleaning or certain tasks to other people, or delegating those things and say, hey, you're in charge of this, I'll be in charge of this, let's split it up. But another part was automation and batching. So like with YouTube videos, like right now, I'm going to be recording 4 to 5 videos. So I have a Saturday morning. The lighting's actually not too bad outside. I have time. My son didn't have soccer practice this morning. And so my husband and him are spending some time together. And this is my block and my hour to get some stuff done. Instead of, okay, I have to record 1 YouTube video. Okay, then next week I have to record 1 YouTube video. And so batching it really helped. And that helped me when I was making just so many videos every single day. I had to just sit down and record a bunch of videos, and hopefully they were valuable. And so when you can batch tasks, you're keeping yourself in the same energy. Like if you have to do emails, like just do emails then. If you are writing a book, have 2 hours where you are writing the book and you're not going back and forth. So batch it. How can you get more done? It's just like with cookies. I call it the chocolate chip cookie method, is batching, because it would be silly just to make 1 chocolate chip cookie unless you're trying not to eat a lot of chocolate chip cookies and you just want 1 and you're only having 1 for the week. But you batch it so you can have a bunch and share and give it to more people. So batching. And then the automation piece is for like YouTube, when I was posting every day, I would automate it and schedule it. And so when I did have time, hey, on Saturday at this time, I'm going to create. And then on this time, I would edit. But then I would set the schedule and upload them and schedule them. So it wasn't like, oh, I post at 5 o'clock. I need to quickly, it's 5 o'clock, but I'm doing something with my family. Oh no, I need to stop and schedule it. So I would actually have it already pre-scheduled, so I didn't have to worry about it in the moment. I've learned that your time is your most valuable asset. People could argue that it's your energy or that it's other things, but I really think it is your time, because your time, if you have more time, you could spend more time at the gym to take care of your body, which is your health, right? Which is an asset, having a good health. Or you could spend it to make more money so that you can buy yourself more time or have more assets to help more people. And so really getting clear on how you want to spend your time and really getting careful about your time. Like, you could think you're being stingy, you could think you're being really just protective of it, but honestly, it's such a gift, especially if you maybe are working on a side hustle. You already have a regular job. Maybe you already have a family. Like, I already have a regular job. I already have a beautiful family and 2 boys that we take care of and my husband. And then I already have things I want to do for myself, like the gym. And then the boys have extracurriculars and other activities. And then I have this passion project and what I really want to get out there and feel so strongly about. And so it's not like I just have unlimited time. And then you might have time, but how are you going to feel? I'd have a video on energy and how I get more energy most of the time. If you want to check that out, it's really helpful to me and it's seemed to resonate with a lot of people. So feel free to check that out. But it's not like, oh, I just magically have the energy. So you really have to plan your life and your schedule around your energy as well. But time is so valuable, protect it. Use it wisely. So a lot of people still question like why you care about money so much, or it can be triggering to people when you're like, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to be financially free, or money, money, money. How do we make money? And it's simply a tool. Money is simply a tool, and it can buy freedom. I think that's why a lot of people want the money, is because they want the freedom. And that's, for me, it's like, it's not because I want to go buy all these fancy things. I want the freedom to do what I want with my time. I want the freedom to be able to choose. And so you can design your life in that way. Or if you live a certain way, you learn how to make more money, you can have the money to buy your time back. Buy back your time. Dan Martell has this great book on buying back your time. It's amazing. But that's what it's for. I want freedom. Freedom. We already have a lot of freedom being in the United States of America, but you can buy yourself even more. People matter most. That's what it's all for. Like, I just love people and love pouring into people. I love helping people, teaching people, supporting people, being there for people, right? I don't have endless amounts of energy where you could just always just be fully there, right? But that's the point of life. To me, is to serve and to help other people. So I believe in taking care of myself, and that's what I'm working on, and what we've done is how can I show up as a good person? How can I show up feeling great? How can I show up and have a full cup so I could go pour into others? And so if I have more time, if I have more freedom, if I have more money, if I have better health, then I'll be able to pour into others more and support a ton of causes and to show up for people. And so that's why it's so important. People matter most. And you're going to feel so much happier when you have a heart to serve and when you start helping more people instead of just yourself. I don't think it's bad to help yourself. Always put your own oxygen mask on first and help yourself. But ultimately, it's not for you. It's so you can serve other people, your family, and the community and the world. Skills, skills, skills. Acquire skills. If you're young, if you're old, whatever age you are, get more skills. Can you be a good public speaker? Can you be a good coder? Can you be a good communicator? Can you be good at social media? Can you be excellent at whatever you do? The more skills you acquire, the better. And Alex Hormozy actually talks about the skill of patience, the skill of persistence. These are all skills, the skill of having a positive mindset. You can train yourself and train your brain to have these things. It's critical for success. And so those are hard and soft skills. You really want to just build up your arsenal so that you are able to be a high value person and be able to make more money and provide to the marketplace. The best way to change your life is to start improving yourself, getting more education, knowledge, and skills, and then providing those things out to the world. Try new things and challenge yourself. So if there's something that you're interested in doing, but it's new or it's hard or it's confusing, that's okay. There's actually this study and it shows, or this effect, the Dunning-Krueger effect, I believe, where something you try at first is so hard, you feel this like big challenge, but then once you figure it out, everything gets easier. And so that's actually where we learn the most, is when we put ourselves in challenging situations or in tough situations. And so if you really want to do something, or if you just want to stretch that muscle of yours, that try muscle, that grit muscle, then put yourself in a tough situation or try to achieve a tough goal and watch yourself transform and grow. I'm here to grow. I'm here to expand and to get better. And the more I challenge myself and be willing to put myself out there and to try, the better my life feels and the better I get. I love being surrounded by mentors, and I talk about my pocket mentors that we literally have access to: millionaires, billionaires, healthy people, awesome moms, people who make great recipes, healthy, fit people, whatever. Go find those people that you resonate with and that you can learn from, but don't forget to coach yourself. And so you are the one who knows yourself the best. You should. And if you don't, work on getting to know yourself the best. But sometimes when we ask other people for advice, which is okay, we know deep in our heart and in our soul what is best. Or if we were telling ourself advice, like pretend, like if you were giving a friend advice, you'd probably give them really good advice. And so pretend that you're that person. Like ask yourself for advice. And when you're in a calm place, and it can really help. Even when I was doing my YouTube videos, I would watch them and I'm like, yes. And so I was coaching myself along the way, and it helped me level up. So don't underestimate the power of your own self. Of course, go find other people as well, but ask yourself every once in a while. And you truly deep down probably know what to do, or at least a lot of what to do. Read to get better. Please, books are so powerful and so important. And you don't have to just read a book a week or a book every 3 days or whatever. I find that I study some of the same books over and over again. It has a ton of information, like 400, 300, 200 pages. And if I just study like Think and Grow Rich or The Millionaire Mindset, those are awesome books for making money. And so I find that I just read them and reread them, or go read a couple pages out of them, or Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And so find those books that you can just study. Reading is so powerful, and watching YouTube videos, watching podcasts, going on social media is really awesome as well. But I found that it took it up another level when I actually read the books, because I saw things from a different perspective. Or there's only like so much you could say in a YouTube video, even in a 2-hour conversation, that you'd miss things that are in the book. So check out books. It truly is life-changing for only $9, $10, $20, $30. It's worth it. Be around good people, healthy people, fit people, smart people, helpful people, smarter people, or be around no one at all. And so I've always been really good at this. I've always been like, I'd rather be by myself if I'm not going to be by someone who's positive, who's smart, who's helpful, who is doing good things with their life, or who is at least a kind, caring person, right? I'd rather just spend the time alone or go find some of my virtual mentors to be with. But the more people you surround yourself with that are doing the things you want to do, or the things you are doing, or hopefully that are a little bit, a few steps ahead of you or more steps ahead of you, the better. And so if you can't do that with people in person, go online. I don't see anything wrong with that. I do think it's important to have relationships in your life and people that you can actually physically talk to. But if there's people you want to learn from and just kind of have in your ear, go find those people. It's going to make a huge difference in your life. I don't think some of these things that I do that are just natural and it's just what I like to do, I realize how much that helps. And I don't think I always gave it enough credit that, wow, like instead of just listening to a random sad song, I'm listening to Dan Martell or Cody Sanchez or Sarah Blakely and Jesse Itzler pouring information and inspiration and good lessons from their life or from what I would want to do. And I can just listen to that. And that's going into my mind and in my energy and in my headspace. And so don't underestimate that and go take advantage of that. It's so cool. Going along with this is to find those mentors. And so find those pocket mentors, find people in real life or virtually and online that you can learn from. You don't have to go listen to everybody. I do have some times where I'll go branch out, or I'll check out someone else's page, or I'll listen to another coach for a little bit. But you might find that you resonate with certain messages or certain people, at least at certain times. And so I stick with a select few and I learn from those people instead of just learning from a bunch of people. I go, okay, Do I resonate with what this person is saying? Do I want kind of a similar life to what they have? Do I respect them, etc.? Like, do we vibe? And then I listen to them. So find those people. It's so helpful. Most successful people say that they have mentors that help them to get there. Eat well, move well, sleep well. So critical. It's the foundations for success. My friends Erin and Dusty, they have this amazing business and YouTube channel and other offerings. Eat, Move, Rest is their business and their company, and it focuses on how can we eat better, move better, rest better. So there's so much research and studies out there on the better you eat, the more you sleep and the more rest you get, and the more you exercise, the better of quality of life you will have. And so I always go back to those things because those are the easiest things, but sometimes the hardest, but the easiest things that are natural and free to do, mostly except for buying good food, that I could do to take care of myself. And so I always go back to those 3 things, always go back to those for you. And I actually tell my students when we talk about exercise and the neurotransmitters that are released and dopamine and endorphins, like when people do drugs or do things of that nature, it releases dopamine, that feel-good hormone and chemical. But you know what else releases dopamine is eating certain foods, listening to your favorite music, exercising, the sun. So all these natural things that don't have any negative side effects. So do more natural things. I know it can be hard to carve out the time and get the energy to do it, but it can truly transform your life. Figure out what you want and then go for it. So really figure that out, but then go for it and stick with it. People say that we could get excited at first when we're doing something new, and then it starts getting boring or we don't figure it out, and so then we go switch to something else. And so there is something to be said for like trying and then failing fast. Some people say that, like, I'm going to try this for a certain amount of time, then I'm going to try something else. And so maybe that works for you. But for me, I'm going to stick with something. I found what I really want to do. And so I'm sticking with it for the long haul, and I'll keep working at it until it works. Appreciate what you already have. You can have goals, you can have things that you want to move towards or that you're still trying to improve, but if you don't appreciate what you already have, you're missing out and you're not going to attract more. So appreciate what you already have. You probably have multiple things that you've been praying for or that you were praying for as a past self. And so make sure you appreciate those people and those things along the way. Gratitude is such a great energy to be in, and it can really help you to feel happier and to enjoy your life more and to attract more success. Something that was really illuminated to me and top of mind this year was that you're not guaranteed another day. I have friends and people in my life that have passed away or that have cancer or things of that nature, or, heaven forbid, you get hit by a car or something. And so life isn't guaranteed. Hopefully we all live these really long lives, but I think if you go and approach your life with the gratitude aspect as well, that every day you wake up is a gift. And so how can you take care of yourself? How can you appreciate your life and know this is a gift? Like today, right now is a gift. Like how lucky are we to get to experience this life? And so appreciate it and go make the most of it. It doesn't mean you have to go do a million adventures or just go, but really get clear on what you want in your life and then start taking action towards it. Like there's no better time than right now, and life is just going to keep passing you by. Like just take advantage of the day and be grateful that you are here, alive, able to breathe, that you're healthy, whatever, that you're even just here. Be grateful. Add in habits and systems for success. If you haven't read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, I highly recommend it. And some of these major concepts that he talks about was so impactful and helpful. But simply changing your habits and having systems for your life is really important. And a lot of people talk about a systems approach and thinking, and you probably have systems in your life or procedures that you don't even realize or consciously think about, but have habits that help you. Have habits that help you achieve your goals. Have habits that help you build better relationships. Have habits that help you with your health. And so any goal that you have, like showing up as a great mom, having a good relationship, being an excellent teacher, being financially secure, all those things take you having certain intentions and habits to achieve those things. So what habits would you need to do to achieve the type of person that you want to be? Trim the fat. What isn't helping you? What isn't serving you right now? Get rid of it. Cut it off. So this could be people. This could be people that are bringing you down, people that just aren't in your same wavelength right now. This could be activities. This could be what you're reading or consuming. Like cut it out. Cut it out. Is there activities that are draining you or not helpful or not leading you towards the life you want? Cut it out. Don't be afraid to get rid of it, because it's not always what you do. It's literally what you don't do that helps you stay focused on your goals, that helps you achieve what you want and give you more time and energy for what actually matters. I've come across this little formula that I've added into my life and that I've created. Is just learn, act, grow. Learn, act, grow. Learn, act, grow. So I'm going to learn, and then I'm going to implement or act and try something. Like, hey, I learned this one thing about progressive overload with weightlifting, and so let me try that out. Let me act and try progressive overload. Then I grow and I get a little better. And then let me learn something else, or let me learn how to improve that even more. So don't just learn and take in a lot of information. Figure out something that you can like an actionable step and an actionable takeaway that you can implement into your life. It's great to get knowledge, but what are you going to do with it? Continue to let it elevate you and grow you, and then learn something else and keep rocking and rolling. People had talked about that too. I was listening to a seminar with Jesse Itzler, and he has this big calendar where you can see the whole calendar for the whole year, and you schedule things in and play your life on offense and plan. And so it was really helpful to me to see how Jesse does that, but that we get clear on what our goals are and we get clear on our life. Do what scares you. You don't have to just go jump off a cliff. Maybe that is a good exercise to do something hard. I know it was really fun for my husband and I when we went skydiving and tried something different, but do things that scare you. Like, if it scares you to try something, but you think it would be beneficial to you, or you think, I really want to do this, but I'm so scared. You gotta do it. You gotta push through that fear. Most successful people, they still feel all those feelings. They feel imposter syndrome. They feel scared. They feel all the feelings, but they learn how to manage them and how to move through them. And that's one reason I talk about emotional mastery and your mindset, because I think it's not just your habits for success, but it's also your mindset and your emotions along the way. How can we deal with them? Because they're meant to help us with survival and our basic biology, but they can get in the way of achieving what we want. Going along with this, taking risks is actually good. Most people who have something that they want in their life, they took a risk. Whether you asked the person that you really wanted to ask out. Like, if my husband never pursued me, we wouldn't be together, right? And so ask the person out. Go try something new. Go put yourself in situations to get lucky or to attract that. If Sarah Blakely never persisted and tried and believed in her product and believed how it could help women, she wouldn't have gotten it. And so you have to go. I'm going to figure out how to get this book out there eventually. Had some no's, had some, this is awesome, but we need to have a bigger audience, things of that nature. But I know this could help so many people, so I'm going to figure it out. And so you have to commit to that and believe in yourself, believe in what you have to offer, believe in your product, believe in it, and take the risk. Some people are even scared to send the email. I've sent a lot of emails, haven't got a response. Some I have, but I'm going to put myself in that situation. And so you don't want to live your whole life just scared to take a chance, because that one chance could transform your life and in the best way. You're going to die one day. Do what you want now. Do it. What do you love? What fills you up? What big goal do you have? How do you want to live your life? Start taking action on it now. Start doing those things now. Can you do some of those things daily? Can you do some of those things weekly? What can you do now? Because you're not guaranteed forever. And so start living today. It doesn't matter if you're 18, if you're 28, if you're 38, if you're 40, 50, 60. Take action now. Live your life now. All right, I hope this video was helpful for you. These were the top 25 lessons that I've learned this year and that has really helped me in my life and that has made so much of an impact. And so I hope some of them help you as well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.